Louisiana Beer Reviews Hop Avenger IPA from New Belgium. Thank you, David Garlapede, for this gift of this can. I see that it's coming out in 6 packs and maybe 12 packs around here now. Looks like it's sold in cans and on draft. 7.7% alcohol. That's appropriate for an India Pale Ale. I was looking at the specs though and I had a little trouble or a little problem with the 45 IBUs. See, a lot of these modern India Pale Ales, to me, they taste more like Pale Ales, not India Pale Ales, but whatever the case, they're saying Hop Avenger. They use this many types, this many hops. Nugget, Mosaic, Incognito, Equinox Incognito, Jester, Chinook, Citra, and Mandarina Bavarian hops. All those hops. And then the malts are Pale, Caramel 20, and Munchen. It gets a very good score on Beer Advocate, 87 out of 100. 69 out of 100 on Rate Beer, so not too good. And only a 50 out of 100 in the style. Even worse, much worse. And 75 out of 100 on Untapped. So here is VR, whoever VR is. Oh yeah, Voodoo Ranger. It's Voodoo Ranger, here to save the day. It's like a superhero. A Hop Avenger. Fort Collins, Colorado, and Asheville, North Carolina. Best by 19th of January 2020. Born on date. Is that the 91st day of 2019? Seems kind of early since these just came out. I don't know. I don't think I'm reading that right. But anyway, Voodoo Ranger. Let's see what we get. It's filled high. I'm glad I sat on that desk to open it because it would have sloshed. They fill these, sometimes they fill these cans to the rim with brim. Okay. Very, very foamy, off-white head. I see there are 2 other video reviews posted so far as of the time of this recording. By the time I post this recording, it could be 10 more. It's very hazy and orange. The lighting is not so good, but it's like a cloudy, almost like a marmalade orange. You might see that. Well, you can see the light glowing a little bit on the backside of it. Aroma. Hop oils, white bread crust, typical descriptors of India Pale Ales. It's not particularly pale. All right. Fruit, bread. Smells good. Got a pungency, kind of a bold aroma. Got a lot of nose on it. I tell you what, I had reservations because of the number. But the number is just a number. It's a guide. Kind of like these comic book price guides. People will say, you know, I want $12 for that because the price guide says it's worth $12. So it's just a guide, a price guide. You know, if you've had it for 5 years and no one wants it, you know, you might want to take the 5 that I'm offering you. You think it's worth 12. And you think it wouldn't be particularly bitter with 45 IBUs. But let me assure you, this is coming across much more bitter than some India Pale Ales I've had that's 65 or even high, 70 IBUs. And that's no joke. Now, is it a little bit of that New Belgium fleshy hops? It's a little bit of that. Remember in the old Ranger, which they say is coming back for a little while. That never appealed to me because it was always like, somebody, a viewer commented on that. He described it as fleshy hops. And I said, that's exactly what it is. To that feeling, and it's unpleasant. This is not too profound in that direction, but it's noticeable. And when I drank the Goose Island or the Elysian or Stone, they don't have that kind of thing going on. I don't know how to even to describe it. Or the ballast point, they just don't have that. So it's got that little fleshy hop, got a lot of fruitiness from the hops. There is the sweet, but not overly so, sweet white bread crust. Sort of heavy bodied, 7.7% alcohol. We into the heaviness. It's like the low level of heaviness. So you could say a chewy beer in some respects, and I wouldn't want to drink more than one in a whole day, I have to tell you that. And it's very, not, well, heading toward straight up dry. It's drying. It has that finish. Don't be fooled by that number. Those numbers do not always translate into a real world experience, and many times they do not. And that's why some craft beer companies are reluctant to even put the international bitterness unit. Well, what about the international enjoyment unit? What's the international enjoyment unit? Now, on the Cyclops scale, this is 5 out of 5 hop cones, 2 out of 5 sugar cubes. Not particularly sweet, but it has some sweetness to it. International enjoyment units. I would say 89 out of 100. It's a B plus. It's very good. It's a very good beer. Beer Advocate's right. I'm going to go there right with them. Very good. Is it excellent? That may be a problem that I'm having, kind of like a personal preference issue. But I'm still going to give it a B plus, and that is not a bad score. If a beer gets a B plus, it means it's very good, and there's no problem with a very good beer. I don't have a problem with a very good beer. You know, so Les Bon Ton Relais, B plus from New Belgium, who's always putting out new and exciting beers. And I'm going to end this review by saying, y'all come on down to southeastern Louisiana.